That was one part.
Okay. Now we got it at least. Kendra, you look like an incredible sculpture in this. It's absolutely stunning. I couldn't take my eyes off it. Absolutely gorgeous. Clarice, yours is getting more and more and more shaped. You have a tendency to build space into something else, which is really strong. If you keep your center on what group we are awakening to at that moment, then you have a continuous dance. I don't know how else to put it. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Just be conscious of it. Jessica, as always, you are creative, inventive, and you follow your breath wonderfully. Charles, I loved your hidden things. You always do that. You know, you're dancing and then you're hiding. And then you're dancing again. That's marvelous for the awakening theme. Yeah. Really good work, folks. I think as we do the whole thing and you feel the transition from this much to this much to this much to this much, it's all going to make even more sense. But that, for a first time through, that was unbelievably good. Any comments or questions? By all means, look at the video. You really, each one of you has done something really wonderful to watch, and you may want to take it for yourself. Stealing from each other is just fine. Okay, okay, guys. All right, the last one, you're awakening to contact and a give and take of energy with everything, every living thing on the planet, and you are still the same size in this meditative globe that keeps expanding. We end with a silent drum, and I want to be sure you know what that really is supposed to be, because apparently I didn't convey it properly to the Taiku guys, and they didn't do it exactly. So toward the end of the last section, and I'll give you a cue on that, you will line up together and follow at least one of the Taiku drummers, who will do all the gorgeous stuff they do as we go up the middle of the stage. And then they will do just single beats like boom, 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 boom for about a minute. And then they will continue to bring the beater down, but it will never touch the head of the drum. So the resonation will be inside each person. And that will be the end of the piece. And you'll take your bows, and that will be it. Okay? It's incredibly powerful when it's done with conviction. And these guys, these type of drummers can do that with no problem at all. So it's boom, 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 and you still hear it going. I think you're going to enjoy this, and I think it's going to be a wonderful end to this dance on connection. Because if they're there with you for that, then they take it out. It'll go with them. Okay? But at the beginning, you're awakening to your contact, your give and take, your shared consciousness with everything that lives on the earth. And you are still staying the same size in this globe of energy that's now expanded unbelievably. Let me get this queued up. Okay, so the final awakening. Again, you had gone to stillness at the end of the third section, and you're getting ready to go to the fourth section. Here we go. Good. Good for you. You stay in Bhutto over this, it's going to be gorgeous. Every living thing on the earth, you can image what you choose here. The animals, the birds, the people. All of the people. Don't speed up. Let them speed up without you doing it. Every living thing. Beautiful. Slow. Be gathering in large groups on the stage. There probably will be 8 to 10 people. And you'll be dancing, touching the others as well as on your own. Yes. So if your heart is open to everything that lives, oh, this is very nice, guys. And again, if you were on the floor there, you would now be reforming into a different. Each of you is still in your own meditative shell. It's now expanded to the entire world. meditative place. So there are beings up, down, and around you. Try to build it so that you're simultaneously in touch with all the life on the earth. That's it. Up, down, and around. No quick moves at all, guys. Every cell in your body moves separately. So you're one with every person, every animal, every plant. Take full advantage of the space in there on this section. Spreading it up. That's it. I would like you to be spread all over the stage. You touch your pots, then moving into solo work. You bring your own globe of meditation as you are also gorgeous. More minutes you'll be lining up. Right in it now. Ooh, that's so nice. Okay, and then the silent drum. That got extremely good toward the end. All of a sudden, you started gathering up all the different energy and pulling it together. But still don't. It's almost like you're dancing and then you make a decision you're going to go in a different direction and you do it fast. Don't do that. If you want to go in a different direction, let it come from your gut up through your arms and head and what have you. And then people can come with you. Any thoughts or questions or comments? Terry?
I have a real problem avoiding, sometimes I find that the music, I find their phrasing, and that gets into me. And it's not the beat so much, it's their phrasing of the sound. So I have to really be careful not to do those changes when they're doing that bum ba bum da 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 da. You know what I mean?
But you can do that.
I'm trying really hard not
You
to.
can do it. It's
Yeah.
okay to do it as long as you stay in the
Buto.
very slow, intense Buto. In
Okay.
fact, it looks fine.
Okay.
That's not a problem. The problem comes when they're doing dun da 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 and you're going dun da 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 and then they change it and you go some and you're not doing that anymore.
Okay.
So no, it's fine. There were some moments you'll see if you look at the video toward the end that just really clicked gorgeously. We've got over a month of rehearsal ahead, so I think this is going to be really, really powerful. And what's exciting to me about it is it's very individual. None of you is doing the same thing the others are, but at the core, it's the same. So if all of you are reaching into the place where you visualize or sense the life around you of humans, animals, plants, fish, whatever, then we get the whole gamut of that kind of energy, individually and collectively. And that really is exciting. I'd like to experiment a little bit with what happens when the shofar sounds, because you're doing some different things there, and I'd like you to become conscious of that. We have enough time to do that. So I'm not going to put the shofar on. I will just say sounds, and you can imagine that he is sounding the shofar. But I want you to feel it in your body. You're going from this central place where you are in the meditative sphere, let's say, to the point at which you awaken. Since that's the name of the piece, that awakening, that coming to consciousness is really very important. And it should be different each time. And I'm not going to define the difference because you each have a different way of moving to it. But I want that to be very strong, that you are going from one state into an expanded state. Okay. So let's try that.
Marilyn, so when as soon as we hear the shofar, we begin to move?
You do, and you are moving to different degrees, and that's fine. Some of you are unfolding very, very, very slowly. Some of you are moving from the core, and that's coming out to the hands and feet. Some of you are just letting your breath take you from 0 to 100. I'd like you to play with that a little and find different ways of coming into awakening. Okay?
Clear about a shofar sound.
Let me,
The sound.
yeah, he sounds it at least 3 times each time. And they're different sounds. I think I sent you an email about that. They're sounds designed differently. Each one has a meaning. So when the service of the new year comes and people try to purify their lives and reawaken, and the phrase is to write you in the book of life. you follow the shofar, which is considered the voice of God. So that reaching in is designed to awaken people, to take them out of their everyday consciousness, to bring them to a point where they can see themselves and what they have done that is not right and what they have done that is right. And then they can connect with other living beings in the same way. If you've never experienced it, you might try it sometime. It's very, very powerful. On Rosh Hashanah, you renew your life and you have a certain number of days in which to make good what you know you shouldn't have done. And the shofar calls you to account. It's sort of like what we visualize after you die. You know, that you are awakened and you become aware of your iniquities and your wonderful points. God knows we have enough of both in the world right now. So even though this was conceived before this era we're in at the moment, it certainly addresses it. So individually, we need to change, but we need to change our society, obviously. Okay? So it's that change, it's that fundamental difference, it's that response to the light of God that is at the bottom of the stance. We just take it in different directions. Let me find one of the shofar calls. These are not segmented in the music, so it'll take me a second to get there. That might be it. Here it is. Okay, I'd like you to awaken. Yeah, let's try that. Again, you're starting in that place where you are at the center of the globe and you are in contact with the divine and you are awakening to what's around you. And I am trying to find the exact point where this starts. Should be.
Background is so cluttered, I can't even find her.
She's on the far right.
Oh, in the there
You
she
might
is.
want to mute yourselves, guys.
Oh,
Okay. Here we go, I think. Okay, you guys are absolutely wonderful. I don't know if you could feel it, but that was really a jump up. Wonderful work, folks. Really surprising at the very beginning for this. Any comments or questions before we part?
No questions, just a comment.
Sure.
So I'm Indigenous, I'm Métis, and that's I'm drawing from my culture for part 3, and kind of for part 4 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's my inspiration.
Good. Yeah, I mean, there were amazingly different flavors coming into part 3. You could, even if you couldn't identify what group it was, you could feel it. Yeah, you guys are really fabulous. You're very brave. And you don't hesitate, you just jump in to that stage. That's why you're so good. That's why we get so much wonderful feedback. Not because we can do 16 Pleiades perfectly, but because you carry that spiritual power within you, and it grows, and it's also shared. So thank you. You are a joy, all of you. Really, really good work. Yeah. If you can, let me turn off the recording. If you can, do look at the recording.